Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and this story comes from Moston. It's a breaking news story. It happened yesterday. It happened at 7 PM as news has emerged of Greater Manchester rapper Morsley has been stabbed to death in what police describe as a brutal attack. We haven't got an official identification, but I've confirmed with several of his friends who have asked me to pay respects that his artist name was MD Morsley. He featured on Pi Radio, a radio station in Manchester. He'd also been on a cypher as well, a collaboration with several other artists from the area, up and coming. He was 16 years old. And I often do say to subscribers, to older subscribers, to parents, to teenagers, to make sure their children watch the videos about the subjects we talk about, because it does seem like maybe it shouldn't be listened to or watched by younger children, but these are the children that are involved in what's going on. Some of these drill rappers are as young as 14 years old, and 16 years old is pretty much an average age to be deeply involved in what's going on the streets nowadays.
Known for lurking, the LA boy and we know we jerked him. Saw him on the bench, I'm smirking. MD, I don't put that work in. Too cold in the bus, too silly. You only got love for the mullah, the Lizzie.
So it's very important for older brothers, sisters or relatives to make sure that they're having these conversations about what's going on with the young children. So I send my condolences to the family of Morsley as well. And we'll definitely update you when we get his full name and identification. The murder investigation was launched after a fatal stabbing. Officers were called to reports of a stabbing in Birchenall Street in Moston at 7 PM. Greater Manchester Police dealt with the case, and despite the best efforts of emergency services, he was pronounced dead at the scene. At this time, it's believed the number of males armed with weapons were involved in an altercation. No arrests have been made and the investigation is underway. A large cordon is in place while detectives carry out inquiries. Detective Superintendent Jamie Daniels from Greater Manchester Police says, "This is a dreadful incident and we're working to establish how this boy lost his life. A dedicated team of officers are supporting the family and our thoughts go out to them at this terrible time. A full investigation is underway and it is a very early stage and a number of detectives are still at the scene carrying out inquiries." So this is a devastating story to come out of Greater Manchester. It's definitely not the only example of youth street violence this week in the area. Video emerged of a youth pulling out a knife during an argument in Ashton-under-Lyne train station on bonfire night. The video was shared on social media and several young women are in the middle of the altercation, appear to be trying to calm people down. Suddenly, a youth reaches into his back and snatches a knife from his waistband. He then chases after another young man. It's not known how old they were, but eyewitnesses said they was in their late teens. A number of other drivers were in the area at the time, and it's not known whether the incident was reported to police. But the papers actually contacted the police to try and get a statement. There was no official statement ever given about that incident. So very similar to Birmingham and London that I've been covering recently, Manchester and Liverpool and surrounding areas seem to be having very similar issues that we have in the other major cities as well. This is not an isolated problem. That is what you just see in London. This is everywhere. Violence as a whole is increasing and the youth mentality is getting worse. So we need to actually think what we're going to do to actually combat this. What can we do actively in our communities to try to help these kids and give them more direction in their life? So my condolences to the family of Morsley, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe and pay your respects in the comments. Peace.